Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and yes, we are back with a brand new video. But instead of sitting here smiling and enjoying myself and having fun and being positive like the way I've tried to be recently, I'm sitting here and I'm making a video I didn't want to be making. I'm just going to be honest with you, I didn't want to be here. And I certainly didn't want to spend the next 10-15 minutes talking about that game that has just ended. But again, I have spent the last 787 days smirking, laughing, joking and mocking because this fixtures went in my favour. So now the fact that it has finally went against us, I mean, low averages, they were going to win one eventually, but the fact that they've now won one, I'm not going to go away and hide. I'll back my team, win, lose, or fricking draw. And again, I've always been here during those times, but this loss feels maybe sickening more than, I can't even think of the last time I felt as infuriated as I actually did, because you can take losses, right? And losses to anyone is crap. No matter what team you support or anything, when you lose, it feels crap. You want to throw your toys at the pram. You hate this guy. You want him dropped. And especially when you lose a rivalry game. If you lose an Old Firm, infuriating and everything like that. But this has an extra layer for me because, again, like what we talked about there, 787 days we have shown we know how to approach this game. We have won 6 of the last 7 Old Firms coming into this game, with the only anomaly during that run being a draw. We have shown we know how to play in this game, and the way we do that is get stuck in, no allow them any space on the football, and actually play like we believe we can win the fricking game. 3 things that were completely absent in this game, with tactics, by the way, in the first 45 minutes that Kilmarnock would have been embarrassed with, by the way, because we sat off them 15-20 yards away at Parkhead with the crowd absolutely rocking, willing and pushing their team on from the first whistle, knowing they need to get behind their team to back them and get themselves some confidence, knowing they needed a fast start because, again, all the other previous Old Firms has went in Rangers' favour over the last little while. And to see our Rangers team go to Parkhead and instantly sit all the way back 15-20 yards of space is genuinely embarrassing. And I'm going to be very negative and very critical of this Rangers team tonight, and the reason I'm doing that is because we know what they're capable of. We watch every single second of this Rangers team play. We know what these players are capable of doing when they turn up and they play and they move and they track and they tackle, and they've got skill. They can do this, they can do that. But it was so void the night that it needs to be criticised. There's no point in just burying my head in the sand and pretending, oh, it was just one of those games where all things go wrong, we were unlucky. Or no, we weren't, ladies and gentlemen, right? Sometimes the luck can bounce off you, or you saw in the Ross County game, and sometimes you just turn up and get slapped because you didn't deserve anything for the game of football. And it's the latter. And I'll be honest with you, I never ever envisioned the game going like that. Could I have envisioned us losing this game to Celtic? Obviously, ladies and gentlemen, not only is it a game of football and you can lose on any given day, but it's an Old Firm game. You've seen sensational Rangers teams over the years get beat by Celtic, and you've seen sensational Celtic teams get beat off Rangers. This is what it used to be like, ladies and gentlemen, when the two of them were like this and they had 2 very, very good squads. They were trading wins. One wasn't dominating an entire season like we've seen over the last little while. No, it was trade blow for blow. So you can envision games going like that. But again, it was the way Rangers approached this game and what I saw for the players that I just never saw coming. But I would like to make it clear, ladies and gentlemen, I'm kind of being very, very negative and very critical of the Rangers team. But at that, I'm not just going to play that card and kind of put it all in that basket. Obviously, I have to hold my hands up and say Celtic were very good in the game as well. They took it to us right away. They got on us. They never allowed us to be everything that we wanted from our Rangers team. Celtic done to us in this game, and had a very good couple of individual performances. I thought the right back was very good for Celtic. I thought Jota was good in that as well, and obviously the man of the match, Hatate, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, and in fact 2 goals and an assist in 45 minutes in his Old Firm debut. Very good individual performances, they more than deserved their actual win. But you look at that individual performance, right? 2 goals and an assist for Hatate. He should be the best player on the park come the 45th minute for Celtic, but it wasn't, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know who the best player in that first half for Celtic was? It was Barisic. That's right, people, you had the yin and yang performances. Hatate playing like a 10 out of 10, and you had Barisic giving it a 0 out of 10, and aye man, I'm not just picking on him as well, by the way, because a lot of them were absolutely terrible. In fact, I think I'd be quicker naming 1 or 2 that actually performed. But I think you can look at that and just say, that's the game, right frickin'. That tells you everything you need to know the single worst performance I've seen in years and one of the best that I've actually seen. And it's sickening, ladies and gentlemen, that I need to sit there and say that. I would love to be saying it the exact other way and laughing and doing jokes and everything like that, but I can't today, ladies and gentlemen. Our phenomenal run in these games and happy times in these games has been ended quite significantly. I mean, it was over about 10-15 minutes. You could see the massive difference. As soon as you saw the whistle go and the Rangers team go like that, you went, oh no, and Celtic just went for them right away. They could smell blood and they killed the game off in 45 minutes. And I think we'll transition, because that's my initial reaction, my gut reaction. I mean, it's took me like 3 or 4 hours to even start filming this. I mean, it's going to be a late upload anyway. It's usually 1 or 2 in the morning, but that's not a game of football you want to talk about right away. And I mean, I couldn't talk about it right away. But transitioning into the game recap, as I've kind of stated through numerous minutes, the start of the game was absolutely horrific. Celtic on the front foot, a couple of dangerous crosses not dealt with at all. Bassey no winning anything in the air. It was almost like we called it in yesterday's preview video. We could have went with the centre back who can win a header, or you can play Bassey, who will be playing 1v1 versus Giamakis. I think that's how you pronounce it, and lose it. I mean, I'm an idiot, and I said that in yesterday's preview video. It was there to be seen. In the 5th minute of the game, the big moment actually happened, because Celtic get the goal that they deserved in the first 5 minutes. Now it's a corner, and Joe Rebo originally does well to header it away, and yes, he does collide with Bassey, and yes, Bassey goes down holding his head, and yes, by the letter of the law, maybe the game should have been stopped or anything like that, but to me it wasn't even a head injury, it was more of a shoulder than a falls. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, maybe I'm looking at it wrong or anything like that, but to me, I'm still gone with it. Do you know what else is a letter of the law? Play to the frickin' whistle, boys. This ball has dropped just outside the box to a guy who's got a phenomenal long shot. He's already shown it in Scottish football. He's shown it through his career. He can hit it. We've got, boys, Stotham. This is at Parkhead for a battling at the top of the league. The ball is still in play. It's set to the edge of your box. We've got boys going like this, wanting the game stopped, turning around and looking the other way. Absolutely schoolboy. And I mean, you look over the last couple of games and all the errors that's stringing into your games. It's embarrassing. The defending was embarrassing. The strike, I think it takes a deflection. I'm going to be honest, I was too busy looking at the Rangers players sitting going like that. I think there is a slight deflection, but either way, it was gone on target, I believe. It's 1-0 and Celtic get the goal that they deserve. And maybe I'm getting the heat thing wrong. Maybe somebody will tell me in the comments, but play to the frickin' whistle, ladies and gentlemen. We never done that, and it's yet another schoolboy error. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm still optimistic and I'll always back my team. So even after the horrendous goal behind, the opening 10 minutes all being in Celtic's favour, I've still been positive and everything like that. Well, that positivity was nearly ripped out me in the 15th minute when Tavernier puts Jota through. Like, there's no other way to put it. It's a body Tavernier. I think he tries to pass the goal to. It's completely undercut. Very similar to Glenn Kamara's one at Ross County at the weekend. Completely undercut. Goes straight to Jota. Jota forces a very good save for Alan McGregor. The ball goes up in the air. Bassey's gone up for a header. You know the drill here. He's getting nowhere near it. The big Greek forward for Celtic gets his head on it, and it's a fantastic double save for Alan McGregor, justifying his selection. Now, the only thing you could say after the 25-30 minute mark, did Rangers grow into the game? Maybe, if you want to call it, aimless possession, round your back, passing it side to side, growing into the game, but that's the way the game kind of went for the next 10 minutes. Then the 40th minute, and this is one of these ones where the entire game is wrapped up in this moment, because it's actually a good move from Rangers. The ball goes down the left hand side. Kent combines with Joe Rebo. Joe Rebo just looks. Arfield makes the late run, and I mean, there's so much space. Joe Rebo is a phenomenal, and he's having an incredible year. But this is one of these ones that will keep him up at night. It's a simple pass to Scott Arfield. He's through on goal. Rebo overhits it. Arfield can't get there. And from that major opportunity to put us through when we didn't deserve to score, I'll be honest, we didn't anywhere near deserve to score. But you score there, it's a different game. You get yourselves in there. But from Joe Hart, who easily collected the ball, punt up the park. Barisic caught in no man's land yet again. Kamara just gets beat by one simple run. It's a pass inside, a nice little reverse by Celtic. It goes to Hatate, and it's a kind of curling finesse shot that Alan McGregor can't get near. Again, I've not seen that goal too many times because I was too sickened by the third goal. I couldn't really look at it any time again soon. For me, I think this one's just one of those strikes you say it was a great goal. I don't know if McGregor should have saved it. Maybe somebody can tell me in the comment section below. But when I first saw it, I went, It's just one of the goals. And even that, ladies and gentlemen, you talk about all the tactical insight and the analytics and everything like that goes into these games and all these people that gets paid all this money and everything like that. Nobody thought to say, you know what, maybe close that boy down and didn't give him a free... He had 3 opportunities to shoot, and that was the only time he actually did in the first half from that actual range, beside obviously his goal, but that was a wee bit different. I'm talking about when he was actually running and being involved in a move. Not once did we actually try and close the laddie down. Baffling. Now you're talking about 2-0 where it could have easily been 1-1 and snatched an undeserved actual goal, but it's now 2-0, so now you're thinking to yourself, that is a gut punch, but we created that chance. Let's just get in at half time, maybe we can tweak things, we can get Barisic off, we can get Bassey, and we can put a centre back on the park and next to Connor Goldson, and maybe we can fight back into the game. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this here is just embarrassing. It's happened a couple of times now. You look at the Hibs semi-final, you look at some of the goals that we've shifted, just completely switched off. It's jotted down the channel on the left-hand side for Celtic. He beats Tavernier. Tavernier doesn't stop a cross. Stop me if you heard that before. Connor Goldson, now, to me, I've got my full focus on Barisic here. Maybe Goldson could get there, but to me, the way I'm looking at it, Barisic is sitting down. He's sitting down and lets Abada get a tap in. Am I remembering this? Am I remembering it wrong? This is a looping cross to the back post and Barisic is sitting squatting. Maybe gone down 2-0 down, but having that little moment and maybe getting something again. No, I'm not saying that we could have took much going into the second half, but the game was still alive at that point. You still had a chance for switching off like we did at Hibs, like we did at Malmo, started feeling sorry for ourselves and just threw the game away with that third goal. We then ring the changes and we made the 3 changes with Giovanni making the changes. That was Balogun coming in, Sakala coming in, and of course our boy Ryan Jack, who a lot of people give me a lot of crap for and everything like that, but for me, I think you could see what it meant. He went on that part and you could tell what it meant to be a Rangers fan gone out there. He went out there and he tackled everyone, he got involved, he went off script, he didn't just stick to the sideways passing and tried to play the wee triangles. No, he hit it long when he got the ball. He tried to make things happen and he tried to shake it up a little bit. So yes, he was a promising one and one of the very few of the Rangers players that you look at that game of football and say, aye, this is a boy that's classed as, isn't he fit enough to play more minutes? This was a boy that wasn't fit enough to get subbed on versus Ross County, yet he's able to go out there and look better than all the boys that's playing every week. What's actually happening? I think Jacko showed why he should be starting in the midfield. Give him a go. I think you could see it in there. And he created a couple of wee things with his long ball. I mean, you had a Ryan Kent shot. You had a Ryan Kent very good cross. Kamaru completely caught on his heels, nowhere near it. You had Sakala being a wee bit positive, getting on the ball, driving at people, trying to make things happen. But I'm not going to go into too much detail about the second half. You had a long-ranged effort for Ryan Jack in the 78th minute that rattled the bar, in slower, burst the back in it. Maybe son could happen, but again, that wee bit of lady luck's nowheres right now. Bounces the bar, goes over, and then in the last minute you get what you always get when you watch a football game involving Rangers Football Club. A good cross in, meets Goldson 6 yards out, and Goldson headers it at the bar. Happens all the time, and aye, we edged the second half, we created the better chances, we looked a lot better, but it shouldn't take gone doing 3-0 at half time to play like we've played in the last 7 Old Firms. Doesn't make any frickin' sense, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone we started that second half, we should have started the frickin' game like high press in their face and done. And let's be honest, Celtic was a bit punch drunk by the second half. Honestly, they were a wee bit gassed in the second half, so that allowed us to dictate the tempo a little bit because they gave so much in the 45 minutes. So I think that played its part. So I'm not going to get too rose-tinted glasses. I'm not going to get too happy and too positive or anything like that. There's no much positivity at all. I think Jacko was one of the few you can look at that game and say, yep, he looked like he wanted to use every minute he was on the park to deserve to wear the shirt in the next game. Can he say the same for a lot of them, ladies and gentlemen? I know this is going to annoy people because everyone's angry in that. Is the league over? No, people, no. Come on, we're old enough. We've seen it now. This is 2 very, very good teams. Again, to me, I'm still saying they're here. This game didn't look at the first 45 minutes, but that was just the Rangers team just honestly baffling. But this is what's going to happen now. It's going to be who wins the most old firms. I think that's the way it's going to go and everything like that. This is trading. This is the way I grew up watching it. This is why it's the best derby and that in the world. It's no one team winning them all season long. I think it will all trade back and forth. Still many twists and turns to go. The league isn't over, but if you ever, I'm not even going to call it a wake-up call. That was a kick in the arse, people. Now you look to the next game versus third place Hearts, and not only do we better see a win, ladies and gentlemen, we need to see a convincing win and a performance, and that's where I'm going to go next, ladies and gentlemen. But aye, that's where I'm wrapping up today's video. Apologies it's non-positive or anything like that. Again, I've came back to YouTube. I'm trying to have fun. I'm trying to entertain you and everything like that, but I wouldn't be the guy that I think I am if I just didn't upload the night. I know a lot of people say, oh, it's because you want to do this views. I didn't care about views, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I walked away from the channel and everything like to look after myself. I could have kept pumping out videos, and like I said right at the start of today's video, I've dished out, so now I didn't need to take my medicine, and aye, we all need to take our jokes and everything for our work and school or college, university, whatever you're doing. We're going to get it tight now, and that's what happens when the players turn up and perform as badly as they actually did. But let me know your thoughts and opinions on the game. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I've been CJOver92. That has been our Rocky Boy Johnson. Take care of yourselves, all the best, and bye-bye.